Intermediate English. The selfish giant. He built a wall so no one could enter. He wanted the garden all for himself. But seasons stopped coming, and joy disappeared, until one day a tiny child climbed in, and everything changed. The Garden of Joy. Once upon a time there was a giant. He lived in a large stone house beside a beautiful garden. The garden had soft green grass, tall trees, and colorful flowers. Children from the village loved to come and play there every day. Their laughter filled the air like music. The giant returns. But the giant went away. He went to visit a friend for many years. When he returned, he saw children playing in his garden. His face turned red with anger. "What are you doing here?" he shouted. "This is my garden." The garden wall. The children ran away, terrified. The giant didn't stop there. He built a tall, strong wall all around the garden. He put up a big sign, "No trespassing, keep out." From that day on, the garden was quiet and empty. A garden without joy. Without the children, the garden changed. Spring forgot to visit. No flowers grew, no birds sang. Only cold, grey winter stayed. Snow covered the ground, and the wind howled through the trees. Waiting for spring. The giant sat by his window every day. He waited for the sun, the flowers, the beauty to return. But the garden stayed frozen and lifeless. "Why won't spring come?" he asked aloud. But he never thought it was his fault. A change in the wind. One morning, something felt different. The wind was softer. The air smelled sweet. He rushed to the window. In one corner of the garden, he saw a little boy climbing a tree. The garden comes alive. He looked closer. There were children, many children, in the garden again. And in every spot they stood, flowers bloomed. Birds returned and sang their cheerful songs. The trees bent low, offering their branches for play. The small boy in the corner. But the giant noticed one boy was alone. He stood in the farthest corner. He was too small to climb the tree beside him. The boy looked up, then down, and quietly wiped his eyes. The tree stood bare and quiet, like it was waiting too. A change in his heart. The giant's heart moved. Something warm stirred inside him. "What have I done?" he whispered. Without thinking, he walked outside. His feet crunched the snow, still cold in the empty parts of the garden. He kept trying. The children saw the giant and ran, all except the little boy. He didn't notice the giant coming. He was too busy trying to reach a branch, again and again. The first smile. The giant bent down gently. He picked the boy up with care and placed him in the tree. Instantly, the tree bloomed. Flowers opened and birds landed, singing. The boy smiled at the giant. The giant smiled back. It was the first smile he'd given in years. No longer afraid. The other children saw this and slowly returned. They were no longer afraid. The giant looked at them and said softly, "This is your garden now, too." He tore down the wall with his own hands. The seasons returned. The seasons came back. Spring danced through the garden. Summer warmed it. Autumn painted it with gold. Even winter came, but kindly, touching only the tops of trees. The garden was alive again. A new giant. The giant became a new man. He laughed, he played, he watched the children grow, run and dream. They filled his garden and his heart with life. The missing boy. But the little boy, the one who changed everything, disappeared. Day after day, the giant waited for him. He searched the trees, the flowers, the corners, but the boy never came. The gentle giant. Years passed. The giant grew older. His hair turned white like snow. His steps slowed, but his heart stayed warm, full of memories and joy. The light returns. Then one winter morning, the giant woke to a strange light in the garden. It was soft, golden, and peaceful. And under the same tree, he saw the little boy again, the radiant child. The boy smiled, just like before. But something was different now. He looked radiant, like he carried the sun inside him. The giant's eyes filled with tears. "My child, you've come back. My garden now." The boy walked to the giant and said gently, "You let me play in your garden once. Today, I invite you to play in my garden." The boy took his hand. A gentle goodbye. Later that day, the children came to play. They found the giant sitting peacefully under the tree. His face looked happy. His eyes were closed, and snowflakes gently kissed his shoulders. The kindest giant. The children didn't cry, they smiled, because they knew the selfish giant was no longer selfish. He had become the kindest giant of all. Where love grows. And from that day forward, the garden stayed magical, not because of the flowers or birds, but because love had grown there, and love never dies. Tear down the wall. Sometimes we all build walls. We push people away. We try to keep things just for ourselves. But life is better when it's shared. Like the garden, we bloom when we open our hearts. The greatest gift. The giant didn't need riches or power. He needed connection. He needed others. And when he gave, he received more than he ever imagined. Open the gate. What about you? Is there a garden inside you? Someone waiting to be let in? Maybe it's time to open the gate. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more fun English lessons.